Welcome to the International Network for Research into Psychosocial Adjustment and Rehabilitation, or INRePAR for short. My name is Lis Hammond, and I am the chair of INRePAR. INRePAR's mission is to further research and development of psychosocial adjustment and rehabilitation. In this video, I will explain how we understand these concepts and why it is important to strengthen the focus in this area. Psychosocial adjustment is an entirely common thing that we all experience regularly throughout life. It's the process of adaptation when life changes for one reason or another. For instance, most children experience a big life change when they start nursery, kindergarten, and/or school. They learn how to function in the new environment, and their identity is enhanced by the new roles they have. As adults, we adapt and enhance our identity when we start our working life, get married, or have children. These adaptations are often taken for granted, even when they're challenging, and we expect to be able to adapt and move on in our new life. Such changes are typically changes that we expect and, in the main, want. However, we may also experience life changes that we do not want. This includes redundancy, divorce, loss of loved ones, etc. Such changes are harder to adapt to, and psychosocial adjustment can be a challenge. Arguably, long-term illness and disability can be a particular challenge, as can other major life events that put an end to life as it used to be. Displacement, trauma, and torture, typically experienced by refugees, is maybe the hardest challenge of them all. It's our basic assumption that psychosocial adjustment is a process that is largely similar, no matter what type of life change people face. It's a process that involves changes to daily living and habits, to our thoughts, and maybe even values, to our roles and relationships, and ultimately to our identity. It's important that we understand how this process happens normally, because only then can we find effective ways of helping people who get lost in their process and struggle to change and adapt. It's this struggle to adapt that is at the center of INRePAR's work. People who do not manage to adapt successfully to changed life circumstances typically experience a worsening of their physical and mental health due to, for instance, poor self-management, ultimately leading to a reduced quality of life. For society, that means higher cost to health and social care, lost productivity, etc. It's estimated that around half of people with long-term conditions worldwide either do not adjust at all or only quite poorly. Apart from the central issue of people not living as well as they could, this is a major socioeconomic problem. If we can understand the process of adjustment to adverse life changes, then we should be able to develop more effective means of helping people adapt and finding the best possible quality of life within the constraints of what they have to live with. This is the remit of psychosocial rehabilitation, and the ultimate goal of INRePAR is to be at the forefront of developing the area of psychosocial rehabilitation practice. Thank you for listening.